Hi, good afternoon. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Calvin, and I'm the moderator for this webinar. As many of you may know, I'm Lifestyle is a brand new event created by Informal Markets, aiming to combine all three lifestyle elements, including beauty, fashion, and gourmet under one roof for local shoppers, as well as professional buyers. For your information, this webinar will be conducted in English only. Today in our webinar, we'll first go through the details of the events and the background of our company. We'll then have a case sharing from our long-term exhibition partner, Gyra International Health Limited. After that, our speakers from InvestHK will walk us through their services as well as tips on applying the SME Export Marketing Fund for trade show exhibitors. At the end of our webinar, we will have a Q&A session, so feel free to raise your questions in the Q&A box, and we will answer the questions live on Zoom. Without further ado, may I please welcome Ms. Carmen Leung, Marketing Manager from Informal Markets, to give us more information regarding the events I'm Lifestyle and its organizer, Informal Markets.
Thank you, Calvin. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for attending this webinar. I am here to tell you more about the new B2C show, I Am Lifestyle. I Am Lifestyle is a fest for beauty, fashion, and gourmet. The show will co-locate with Jewelry and Gem Asia Hong Kong and to be held from 16th to 19th of June, Thursday to Sunday this year at the Hong Kong Convention and Exhibition Center. Before going into the details of I Am Lifestyle, let me quickly tell you about our company, Informa. Informa Markets is part of Informa PLC and is listed on the London Stock Exchange and a member of FTSE 100. Informa Markets is the world's largest show organizer, and we have more than 450 events with all kinds of industries globally. As mentioned, I Am Lifestyles contains beauty, fashion, and gourmet elements and aims to provide experiences through live demo, workshops, and seminars throughout the show. Also, it's a marketplace for consumer and to bring physical and tangible goods and memories back home. So the show dates will be from 16th to 19th of June 2022, and the opening hours will be 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. for the first 3 days, and the last day will close at 7 p.m. And it's free admission and it's open to public. Our target audience are those local shoppers who are looking for lifestyle products from beauty and wellness, fashion brands, and food. We are targeting the shoppers who are aged 16 to 55 and upper to middle income group, and expected the average spending will be around 1,000 Hong Kong dollars per person. For beauty and wellness sector, we will have the exhibits like makeup, skincare, natural and organic products, supplements, yoga and fitness, and etc. And for fashion, that will be bags, garments, fashion accessories, and leathers. For gourmet, we are expecting coffee, meats, alcohol and non-alcohol drinks, and all kinds of food. So why I Am Lifestyle? First, we are a professional exhibition and event organizer. We are the largest exhibition organizer in the world, and we are transparent with all our rates and offers. Also, we are professional to provide services and to host all kinds of events. Second, we do have a strong database with 200,000 plus data with different tiers, and the majority of them are the professional, which they have high purchasing power. Also, our pricing is very attractive to exhibit at HKCEC when compared with other fairs. Last but not least, we are co-locating with the Jewelry and Gem Asia Hong Kong. Next slide, please. Sorry. Yeah. We will co-locating with the Jewelry and Gem Asia Hong Kong, the Jewelry and Gem Fair in June and September in 2021 are the perfect track records. It attracts 13,000 buyers to the show, and the attendees from the jewelry show with an average spending of around 3,000 Hong Kong dollars per visitors, which will flow into the I Am Lifestyle show. Also, the exhibitors from Jewelry Fair are also the key attendees to I Am Lifestyle, which they will come and shop. So apart from the above, we will also have different kinds of online and offline promotions. We will distribute complimentary tickets to the lifestyle magazines and websites, beauty salons, restaurants, coffee shops, hotels, gym, fitness centers, as well as banks and mobile services providers and more. We will collaborate with the associations and organizations to bring more buyers to the show. We will advertise on online media, magazines, radio, newspaper, and outdoor media. And of course, social media and KOL marketing will also be part of the promotional campaign. Apart from the shopping elements from the show, we will also create experiences for our attendees. We will organize masterclasses and workshops, seminars and talks, live demonstrations and performance, relaxation and yoga sessions, and more. We want to ensure our attendees will bring memories back home. So we do have packages with standard booths and raw space, and the show is eligible to claim the SME Export Marketing Fund. The booth cost starts from 7,582 Hong Kong dollars after claiming the SME funding. So this will be a good chance for brand building and to promote your products. Hope this presentation provides more information to you all, and do feel free to contact us for more information. Thank you.
Thanks, Carmen. Next, please welcome Ms. Dennis Tam, the Head of Development at one of our long-term exhibition partners, Gyra International Health Limited, to share her experience. Hi, Dennis.
Hi, Calvin.
Would you mind to tell us more about your company and who's your target market?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, yeah, so first I'm the Business Development Manager at Gyra, and we are a family-run and owned distribution company that started in 2003. We focus mainly on health and wellness, covering three main sectors: supplements, food, and skincare in Southeast Asia and Hong Kong, of course. We really see ourselves more as a strategic brand partner in this region, contributing to the brand awareness, product and health education, and of course, establishing key retail partners that can assist in the brand's growth.
I see. So your company has been working with informal markets for almost 10 years. What's your experience with informal markets, and would you mind to share more about your view on this long-term partnership?
Yes, so we've really been there since the beginning of the Natural Product Expo, the very first show of natural product in Hong Kong, any kind of organic show. It was the first show, and being in health and wellness, we really wanted to support this industry, and we've been there ever since. I think it wasn't even called Natural Organic Asia back then.
Right, yeah.
So it was really like a grassroots community of wellness warriors, both from the international market and also local market. And what I really liked about Informa is that, you guys really saw the potential of this organic wellness and health industry, and you took it and you put the effort and resources to grow this. And so now, with NOAA, it's a much bigger show than it was before when we first started. And of course, with the wellness market gaining popularity, there's interest for health products now in the mainstream, right? In your hotels and in coffee shops, even restaurant bars. And that's when we then also expanded into InvestHK and participated in these shows. And so I guess apart from the vision, which I believe is really a key to growth, Informa has also been really professional in terms of the organization of the shows. But one key aspect is that you really do bring quality exhibitors and visitors, which is really a big reason why we keep joining every year.
Thank you so much for kind words. Mind to tell us the main reasons why Gyra International Health Limited decided to become an exhibitor in different informal markets trade shows?
Well, of course, it's exposure. There's different markets will give you different exposures, particularly with the B2C market. We feel that this is definitely a one place where you could engage with your consumers. It's like doing a focus group, it's like doing surveys and getting instant feedback. For B2B shows, it's just as important, but you don't get that instant feedback that you get from consumers, from the end consumers. And so I think, especially as a nutritionist, I'm really all about education, being an educated consumer. And so I love having that interaction with the end consumers and really understand, what are their pain points, what are their needs. And then that's where perhaps in NOAA or the other B2B shows, then I could go and source some of these products, or I can then see, okay, what products are missing in Hong Kong, and try to bring it in there. And so really exposure is one big thing, but I think it's it's the interaction that I get with the end consumers.
Okay, so my last question is, have you applied for the Trade and Industry Department's SME Export Marketing Fund before?
Yes, so this is also one of the main reasons why we do participate every year. It is for like a small company like ours, resource is limited, but at the same time, I don't believe that just because resources are limited that it should be an inhibiting factor in terms of like exposure to the public, to the buyers. So really for the SME marketing fund, it's really been a huge help for us, and we're really grateful for it. We'd love to see more support, even it might not be like a financial support, but even just like other support that can help SME companies like ours to gain more further exposure and to provide platforms that perhaps generally we wouldn't have access to as an SME.
Right. Okay, so thanks a lot for incredible sharing, Dennis.
You're welcome.
Thank you. And just to remind you that we have the Q&A session, so feel free. Sorry for some technical issue. So feel free to drop your questions in our Q&A box, and we will keep those questions at the end of our webinar, and we'll answer all of them as much as we could. So now we have two speakers from Invest Hong Kong to walk us through how Invest Hong Kong can assist businesses to create more opportunities. Also the do's and don'ts for the SME Marketing Fund application. Please welcome Invest Hong Kong's Head of Tourism and Hospitality, Ms. Cindy Wong, and Senior Manager of Consumer Products Team, Ms. Carmen Chan. Over to you, Cindy and Carmen.
Thank you, Calvin. Hello, good afternoon, everyone. This is Cindy and Carmen from Invest Hong Kong. And it is a great pleasure for us to share with you the services and worldwide network of Invest Hong Kong today. Carmen will share with you some tips on export marketing fund application later. And also, I take this chance to thank Informal Markets, the whole team, to arrange this webinar together. We love to collaborate with different partners and also continue to work with Informal Markets. Next slide, please. We only have a few slides today, and of course, I will leave more time, for Carmen to talk about the do's and don'ts, and the tips for the marketing fund. But let me introduce a little bit about Invest Hong Kong and our services. Invest Hong Kong, we are a government department. Our services are free. We help companies from overseas to expand into Asia, into Greater Bay Area through Hong Kong. We guide you through planning and evaluation of your business potential, support with company setup, informing you on tax and business regulations, facilitation of a visa and license application, and introduction to service providers and industry contacts. Even after you are set up in Hong Kong, we continue to engage you with and update you about trends in Hong Kong and the latest funding schemes, like what we are doing and sharing with you for today's webinar. Next slide, please. At Invest Hong Kong, from the Hong Kong headquarters, we are divided by industry teams in order to surface and understand the sectors better. We have traditional pillar teams like business and professional services, financial services, and transport infrastructure and advanced manufacturing teams. We also have more high-tech, the innovation and technology teams, and our lifestyle cluster, which covers my team, which is tourism and hospitality for food, and also Carmen's team, consumer products for beauty, jewelry, and many other subsectors. No matter which industry you are from, rest assured that we will have a team to assist you. Next slide, please. Overseas, if you are from overseas, we have 31 offices worldwide, and they represent Invest Hong Kong to talk to their local companies and expand into Hong Kong and Asia. Next slide. For Hong Kong and industry-specific information, please feel free to go to our website and download relevant flyers and also register for our newsletter. Invest Hong Kong also keep our clients updated with the latest trends in our cluster. Recently, we have put together a set of comprehensive report with PwC, which draws on the knowledge, data, and experience from professionals and industry experts to cover everything you need to know about the ever-evolving role of digital in Hong Kong's e-commerce, food services, and creative industry. The research highlighting areas of growth, success stories, key statistics, and forecasts provide insight on new opportunities in Hong Kong and from the city further extending across Greater China, ASEAN, and along the Belt and Road countries. We also examine how consumer preferences have changed and how businesses have transformed to address these changes. Agility plays a key role in the recovery, growth, and strength across sectors and has enabled Hong Kong's digital ecosystem to adapt and grow from the disruptions brought by COVID-19. If you wish to know more, please download these booklets from our website and get in touch with us. I wish you all good health and all the best. Now I hand over the time to Carmen, and I will see you again at the Q&A session. Thank you.
Thank you, Cindy, for giving us an overview of Invest Hong Kong's work. And now I'm going to talk about the tips for successful application of SME Export Marketing Fund, or what we call the EMF in short. And the fund is operated by the Trade and Industry Department. Next slide. SME Export Marketing Fund is set up with an aim to encourage small and medium-sized enterprise to access to foreign market by providing them with financial assistance to join various kind of export promotion activities. Next slide. The good news to you all is that the eligibility criteria of the EMF is relaxed to cover non-listed enterprise. So for non-SME who are not listed are eligible to apply EMF. And of course, these enterprises need to have substantive business operation in Hong Kong. For the funding ceiling, each enterprise can have 50% of the approved expenditure or 100,000 Hong Kong dollars, whichever is the less, and the cumulative limit is 800,000 Hong Kong dollars. Next slide. In fact, EMF cover a wide range of marketing activities, no matter for trade exhibition inside or outside Hong Kong, targeting local or overseas market, business missions, advertisement on trade publications, expert promotion activities which are conducted through electronic platform or media such as placing ad in Facebook, Instagram, Tmall, etc., or setting up or enhancement of a corporate website or mobile application. These activities are all included in the scope of EMF, and in this sharing, we will focus on the trade exhibition part only. So if you want to know more about the details of the other activities, you can always feel free to contact us. Next slide. As for the expenditure item eligible under EMF for trade exhibition, there's quite a number of items. As you can see in this standard booth layout, the rental fee of the booth, the construction setup, for example, moving around the foam board or the setup of the stands are all eligible items. I understand that some of you may be from the beauty sector or from the fashion industry, that you may think about having renting a showcase or a garment rack for display of your item, or even to have an on-site ad on the electronic panel inside the fair. All these items are also eligible under EMF. Next slide. So I'm going to talk about the funding application period. There are two methods of application. The first one is called the initial payment cum final payment, and the second one is about the reimbursement approach. For the first method, you can submit your application for initial payment within 45 to 120 calendar days before the event commencement, so that you can get up to 75% of the initial or prelim approved government funding. So you can free up some cash for paying deposit or having some construction expenses on hand. And after the event completion, you can submit the application for the final payment to get the remaining of the funding. For the second approach, which is the reimbursement approach, and this one is more straightforward. You only need to submit applications for funding after the event completion and within 60 calendar days. Next. So as a wrap up, here are some successful tips or what you need to know before applying for EMF. The first two is to provide the required supporting document. For example, a duly completed application form, BRC, annual return, or the ID or passport copy. And one thing I want to mention is that you always need to use the full name of the Hong Kong enterprise to participate in all kinds of these marketing activities, no matter in the signage of the booth or in the exhibitor catalog or in the receipt. So I always tell my client that we need to take more photos during these marketing activities. For example, capturing the booth signage or the booth number so as to provide to TID as a supporting document. The second tool is to submit on time. You need to submit the application form within 60 calendar days after the event completion. And the third tool is to have full participation, which means you need to attend all these marketing activities in full, and you cannot miss out any of the events. So here is what I want to talk about the successful tips in applying the EMF. And in case you have any question about Invest Hong Kong's work or about the EMF, you can always feel free to contact us. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Cindy and Carmen, for sharing. We just received a question earlier from one of our viewers, and it says, is I'm Lifestyle Fair previously called the Natural and Organic Asia Expo, and what's the difference between two? So simply put it, Natural and Organic Asia Expo is a trade show, a B2B trade show that focuses on the natural and organic products. And Lifestyle is another B2C trade show that focus on beauty, fashion, and also gourmet. So the positioning between two shows are different. And yeah, so I hope that answers your question. So our final session is the Q&A session. And again, we'll try to answer as many questions as possible. For those who are not able to get our answer because of time constraint, we'll answer you privately by email. So now please welcome Ms. Angel Fu, Event Director of Cosmoprof Asia, and also Ms. Janice Lee, Event Director of HOVEX. Okay, so we have another new question from one of our viewers. It says, I've never exhibited in a B2C show before. How to arrange on-site payment transaction? Would you like to take that question, Angel?
Hi, this is Angel Fu from Informal Market Beauty Team. If you haven't participated in a trade show on the B2C event before, our event will arrange POS systems. We will inform all the exhibitors how to use the POS systems.
All right, thank you so much, Angel. So the second question is, may I know if I'm Lifestyle is eligible to claim the SME funding?
Simply yes, because we are eligible, and you just follow some of the tips from Carmen from Invest Hong Kong to apply the funding.
Yes.
Okay, and the next question is, if I paid 60,000 Hong Kong dollars for the show, for the booth, and applied for the SME funding, how much can I claim? Would you like to take that question, Cindy and Carmen?
Yeah, Helen.
Yeah, if all the 60,000 Hong Kong dollar are approved the fundable item under EMF, and you will get 50% of them, that is 30,000 Hong Kong dollars.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. We also have another new question here. What's the common reason for the unsuccessful application for the SME funding fund? SME marketing fund. Cindy, would you like to take this question?
Well, I think first of all, you have to make sure that you do all the in the in the last slide of Carmen. Okay, unsuccessful application sometimes is timing. Please observe the deadline. 60 calendar days is a strict deadline, especially when you're claiming for government funding. Deadline is a deadline. It's very difficult, and also I don't think there is any negotiable. Any room for negotiation. So timing is very important. Second, I think Carmen mentioned about make sure that the applicant, the company, is same as the company that you are showing on the BR. This is very important. You have to apply, to fill in the forms, attaching the right documents in order to save the processing time and also to make sure that everything is accurate. If you can submit, the forms, which is, totally aligned with the company name. We have clients, because it's very often for companies to have different companies in Hong Kong, because setting up a company in Hong Kong is not that costly. And then make sure that you apply the accurate, the correct BR certificate when you fill in the forms and supporting documents, and also take the right photos. Make sure that the photos are focused. These are the important points you have to bear in mind.
Yes, I understand that some of the company may use the name of the other company for example, in China or in overseas, and list them in the exhibitor catalog. And this may lead to unsuccessful application because you are not marketing under a Hong Kong enterprise. So you need to watch out which entity you are using when applying and whether the item are fundable under the scope of EMF.
And Kelvin, may I also add one point? I hope that the participants or those who will view this webinar to be alerted about the export marketing fund originally is for trade specifically, but because of the COVID, so actually the government realized a little bit that this B2C show is eligible for this EMF, right? In the past, it's only for trade fairs, that means B2B fair. So please, if you want to, especially during COVID, if you have some stocks, put in your warehouse and you want to really sell them, flash sales, is in June, make sure that you join the show because it's a B2C show, and there will be a lot of Hong Kong consumers like us, wanting to spend our money, and hopefully, I'm just saying hopefully, I did not guarantee anything. Hopefully, the government maybe have another, voucher, for you to spend, so that you can, shop more. So this is a very good chance for your company to participate and also make use of this funding scheme.
Thank you, Cindy and Carmen. We also have another question. It writes, what if the event is cancelled due to COVID regulation, and what is the plan B option? Janice, would you like to take that question?
Yes, thank you, Calvin. So thank you for these questions. I think we have experience to organize trade show during the COVID time. What we will do, we will keep monitor situations, and we'll put the safety of our customer as a priority. This is our number one we will do. In view of I Am Lifestyle, which is a new launch for the B2C events, we'll arrange full refund to the exhibitors in case the government advises not to organize the large this kind of gathering. So I hope this will make you feel safe to participate in the show.
Okay, thank you so much, Janice. And other question about the SME marketing fund. It says, does it mean that we can only apply either initial payment or the reimbursement, but not both? Would you like to take that, Carmen?
Yes, you can only apply by one of the means, because the both method will get you the same amount of money in the end, but you can offer the option. The first one is that you can get an upfront payment beforehand, and the second one is you can only claim the amount after the event completion. So you can choose either way.
I see. Thank you so much, Carmen. So another question about the visitors number. How many visitors do you expect for this 4-day event? Angel, would you like to take that?
And for the June I'm Lifestyle events, we are co-locating with the Gem and Jewelry Fair, the long history events. So the proposed visitor numbers, we have 13,000 visitors in the jewelry events. We'll anticipate have more than these numbers.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, Angel. We also have another question just in. It says, we are an international enterprise registered in Hong Kong. Are we eligible for the SME funding, or does it apply to Hong Kong companies only? Would you like to take that, Cindy and Carmen?
Okay, sure. Thanks for the question. Well, actually, it doesn't matter whether you are an international company or Hong Kong company. What matters is you need to have a Hong Kong business registration certificate. So that's one thing. Second thing is you need to have substantive operation in Hong Kong. That means you need to have staff in Hong Kong under that Hong Kong entity. So because we need to claim funding from the government, so we only can accept, companies with physical office with staffing in Hong Kong. It's not for shell company, of course. So I hope that I answer your question.
Thank you so much, Cindy. So right now, that's about it today. And for those unanswered questions, we'll contact you within this week. So thank you so much for joining us today, and we'll see you again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. See you.